Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Andres Gonzales, and my project that I did this semester is called Community Values Mapping for Apache Junction. And to start off, let's look at the current state of the city, why this project was done, what's going on there. So the City of Apache Junction is in the East Valley, just outside of Mesa, Arizona, and there's a lot of undeveloped empty land. It's currently about 64% of the land that's undeveloped within city limits. And so because of this undeveloped land, the city is projected to basically double in population, from 55,000 people in 2015 to 125,000 people in 2050. One of the challenges they're facing is the city has acknowledged that they have a general negative reputation within the metropolitan area. And what this means is it's a stark contrast to have a negative reputation in a place that is so naturally and culturally diverse and very rich. As you can see from the image, it's located right next to really, really beautiful mountains. Right next to Apache Junction is the Tonto National Forest and Lost Dutchman State Park. So there's a lot of cultural and environmental history there that should be promoted to help the city to develop into the future. So the city is very young. It was incorporated only about 35 years ago, and from a sustainability perspective, they have an opportunity to become whatever they want to become, really. They're making decisions now that will determine how the city develops into the next century, pretty much. Not only with the people moving in, but also the type of community that they want to promote themselves as. So the issues facing the city are pretty diverse. As you can see here, there's a list of things that the city is currently dealing with. And essentially, the city's negative reputation pretty much is from economic and social issues. So a lot of people feel that the city has a high crime rate. That's not true. The city's crime rate is lower than Mesa, Arizona's. The ideas from people outside of the community don't necessarily match the realities and the cultural heritage that is there within the city itself. So the idea of this project was to find a way to bridge the gap between what people in Apache Junction thought of themselves and thought of their community, and to share that image with people outside of the community to improve the reputation and to make the city seem a more livable community, and to have more people move in from that, and to have greater economic development, and generally just improve the general welfare of the community. So for my project, my main client is a professor here at Arizona State University. His name is Joshua McFadgen, and he taught a history course, an online course called HST 485, History of the Wild. And my project basically laid the foundation for their class to expand upon the methodology that I used. This project was within the general framework of a much larger initiative that the Arizona State University is partnering with the City of Apache Junction, called ASU Project Cities. And generally, the university works with the city to produce deliverables from students and professors for the city to help develop sustainably. And the specific project that my culminating experience project contributed to is the Positively Apache Junction rebranding initiative. So the city is aware of the reputational issues, and they are addressing it by Positively Apache Junction, as you can hear in the name, positive. They want to improve the way that people see the city. And in my project, I was able to meet with the residents of the city, talk to them personally, go out to community events, and the goal was to use a methodology generally called public participation geographic information systems. Long story short, what that means is going out to people in the community themselves and taking their ideas and values of space and showing it on a map. So the reason why this is important is because people experience their community in space, in location. And in that community, each location has different values, feelings, and memories. And this is one of the events I went to. This is Lost Dutchman Days Rodeo. The community opens up, and people from far and wide come to visit the fair, see events with people riding horses and all that. And I went to these events to talk to residents and visitors and to basically ask them, what are the values of your community, and can you please point them out? All right, so the survey that I did, it was basically a big paper map, this one right here, printed it out to be large enough for people to touch with their hands, and it's bigger than this. The stickers that I gave them to mark locations on the map had color-coded values associated with those. And the yellow stickers were for recreational value, the gray or silver stickers were for special place value, the red stickers were for cultural value, green was for aesthetic value, and blue is for spiritual value. And I just asked people as they walked by, I said, hi, my name's Andres, I'm not with the city, I'm with ASU, and would you like to participate in a sticker survey? I had to really dumb it down to get their attention, and for those that said yes, they say, oh, what is this? And I would show them the map and say, here's some stickers, you can mark your favorite places in the city and put it on the map. And they say, oh, cool, this is cool. And then I would show them a pamphlet and say each color represents a different value. And from this public engagement process, I gathered a bunch of stickers, which in this case is this image over here. I compiled all of it and put it onto a website called Maptionary. This is a public participation survey website where you can do what I did in person with papers and stickers, but online with mouse and keyboard and all that. Generally, the data distribution was dense in specific locations in the red and the yellow here. And the 6 most valued locations that I identified were the Superstition Mountain Lost Dutchman State Park with 40 total values. After that is the area where the city has a lot of public buildings, so the public library, the multi-generational center, and City Hall. After that is the Lost Dutchman Museum and Elvis Presley Memorial Chapel. After that is a brand new park built in the last year called Flatiron Park. After that is Prospector Park, which is a baseball fields and campground site. And finally, interestingly, there is a specific restaurant that people pointed out, Los Gringos Locos restaurant. And finding these locations, this is obviously not stereotyped. This is what people in the community actually feel. And from doing this, I was able to hear a lot of personal stories, but one of them I wanted to point out was for when I went to go talk to these volunteers, it was all cold and there wasn't a lot of people at the rodeo because it was really windy and dark, and I went up to them and they participated, and they were all looking forward to going out and hanging out after the event. And so because they were going to the restaurant, Los Gringos Locos, they all put values onto that restaurant in that moment. So being able to capture that is very powerful. And so the lessons from the survey and this project is basically that residents really value the built environment. Of those 6 highly valued locations, 5 of them had public or private investment backing those up. And those unique amenities are what keep people engaged and participating in the community, because as all these people value these locations, they flock to them, they go to them, and they have experiences there that increase their well-being. This image of Fry's was recently built in October 2017, and I know it's like, oh, a grocery store, right? But there were several people who marked this place as spiritual. Thinking of a grocery store as a spiritual place, I didn't necessarily think that was going to be the case, but the community needed a new shopping center with a place to buy groceries. So places like this and other public amenities are what I have found and recommended to the City of Apache Junction to have further investment to increase these locations and put them in other places of the city that currently don't have them, or to build them in new places that new residents can move in and use that for promotional purposes. And those promotional purposes with the Positively Apache Junction rebranding initiative, that can be done with websites, pamphlets, videos, community events, those kind of things. So, yeah. And that's it. Yeah.